Hello everyone, welcome to another video. If you can kind of hear it in my voice, I have been really congested for the last couple of days. I just had a really annoying head cold and it's finally clearing up, but you can still kind of hear it, so sorry about that. But currently I am drinking my tea. I have this mint tea for my stomach, and then this is technically a stress tea. I'm not stressed, but I drink the sleepy tea version of it and it knocks me out super quickly. So I'm not trying to go to sleep just yet. I'm just trying to wind down, kind of start getting ready for the end of the night, which it's currently 9:29. So I don't want to go to sleep just yet because after this I do have to edit and upload this video. But essentially what I wanted to talk about for this week was kind of doing a monthly reset / goal setting for the month of March, since we are only a few days away. I really want to focus. A lot of you know I have just a lot of goals. I've been talking about them in different videos. I have weight loss goals, I have business goals. I obviously am trying to strive to have a closer walk with God, like my spiritual relationship, just trying to strengthen that, and then just overall daily life, work balance, everything like that. What I decided to do was I got a couple of templates on Notion. I do use a free version, but I got a couple of templates. One is a goal setting one, which I wasn't a fan of it. It's like super specific. I think it would I like it, but it would be too much to do for this video because you literally have to do a million categories per goal, and we don't have time for that in this video. So what I'm doing instead is I'll be sharing my goal, and then what I'm going to do is a habit tracker for the entire month. My goals lately have been to really focus on habits, and because obviously your everyday habits are what ultimately lead you to your end goal or hold you back from it. So I am focusing on the little things that I do throughout the day that are either hurting me or helping me, and that's something I really want to make a focus on this month, to see okay, what is working, where am I grabbing momentum, what is slowing me down, what do I need to get rid of, things like that. So just being hyper aware of the little things that I do every day that build up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let me see here. You're going to see a glare in my glasses. I'm sorry. I've been having a lot of screen time lately and I can't not use my glasses. So you're going to see a glare, but it's okay because for the most part, I'm going to be sharing my screen anyway. But let me see here. Let me get this started really quickly. We are obviously starting with a new month. So let me just rename that. That's kind of gonna bug me, the little T. So, okay. So right here at the month of March, this is a preset list of habits that were already on here. So I'm going to go through and edit these. And let's see here. From there, I'll talk throughout this whole video so you guys can know exactly what I'm working on. So let's see here. My ultimate goal, which lately I have been, and sorry, this is not my ultimate goal, but lately I've been making an effort to just wake up a lot earlier. You guys did see that video that I posted of my early wake up challenge, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I feel like I can't go to sleep past 6 a.m. anymore, or I don't know, it kind of just throws me off for the day. I really like waking up early because it gives me my time. I kind of have a little day to myself before I have to share it with everyone else and all my responsibilities and everything like that. So for sure, what I want to do, and I'm just going to be playing with these around and stuff like that. I do want to do a 5:30 a.m. wake up. And that obviously is the start of my day. It's going to get me on the right foot. From there, I'm going to move this over here. I do want to really focus that I don't skip my devotion time. So that above anything else, who cares what time I wake up? If I don't do my devotion time, it's the entire balance of my days off. So we are waking up at 5:30 a.m. I guess kind of creating a little bit of a schedule for myself, a little bit of routine every day to go by to make sure that I am sticking to these habits and just doing something better for myself to get myself in a better position. So we're waking up at 5:30 a.m. We have our devotion time. What I do want to do is I want to be the type of person that can really, I don't make my bed the second I wake up. I, for the most part, will make it, just not first thing. So I want to be the type of person that makes their bed as soon as they're up. And I'm going to move this over here. From there, I do want to get in 1 hour of movement, because that will build up to my weight loss goals. Just hiring my activity level. And I know it's not all about exercise, but I do also, on top of wanting to lose 40 pounds, like I've mentioned before, I do also want to become a runner again. I used to run every single day. I loved it, but I started to have a lot of issues with my body as far as like my back and just different things. And I stopped running, and a part of that, I ended up gaining a ton of weight. And it wasn't just because I stopped running, but when I did that, running to me was very therapeutic, and I really want to get back into it. I am currently doing a training plan with my sister. She created one specifically for me to get me back into that. And I told her that I do want to do a few like 5Ks and 10Ks this year. That is a goal of mine, on top of just losing the weight. I want to make it fun. I want to have another goal aside from just the scale. And part of bettering my body and my health, I want to be a runner. I want to participate in those events, because it'll really feel like a lifestyle instead of just, I just want to be skinny, you know? So I do want to become a runner. I am following her plan. And so I want to do 1 hour of movement every single day. But on top of that, I do want to stick to, I'm just going to put running plan, just so that I make sure there's something in it that I have to do every single day. So let's see here. I want to make sure that I check that off daily, because every day I do have to do a certain amount of minutes, like certain intervals, things like that. So I want to make sure that I stick to it. As far as this journaling goes, I don't really journal. I don't really feel like that's something I used to all the time, and I loved it, but that's not really something I'm into anymore. I just don't feel like it works for me. Sometimes there's really absolutely nothing for me to write, and I don't want to force myself to write just to write. But what I do want to do instead, also my devotion, I always have a notebook with me every time I read my Bible or I pray or anything. I have reminders of like people I would like to pray for, of my own prayer requests, or on not only that, like sometimes I'll be reading scripture and there will be things that just pop out and I want to write them down. Things that I learn, scripture that I really fell in love with, like that's essentially my journaling. So I don't really have to write anything down, but what I do want to focus on is reading at least 10 pages a day. So let's see here. I'll put a little book. I'll just put read 10 pages because it's for the whole month. So the book that I'm reading right now, and I know I'm super late on it, I just haven't gotten around to reading anything at all. It is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Another book that I do want to read is The Power of One More by Ed Milet. Now, I didn't buy that one because my mom already has it, and I don't want to buy something we already have. There's no point. So Ed Milet actually is one of like the main leaders of one of the companies that she is a part of, and I listen to his podcast, and his podcasts are amazing. They are super inspirational, very motivational. But let me tell you guys, I've heard him in person like so many times. Okay. Hearing him in person, there's just so much more power to it. Like, he is such a great storyteller, and he really brings you in the moment with him, and it's just absolutely amazing. I do want to hear him again in person one day, but for now, I do want to get his book, The Power of One More, and I'm listening to his podcast like every other day. That's another thing. On top of reading a podcast, reading 10 pages, I do want to make sure that I learn something every day. Learn something new, and I'll edit the little emojis later. But so by learning something new, and this isn't like super overwhelming because I can do a lot of these at the same time. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm on the treadmill. I obviously like devotion and making my bed. That's all kind of like task by task. But as far as like my 1 hour of movement. I can also check off my running plan at the same time. So a lot of these can kind of go together. It's not like I have an entire list of things to check off the entire day. I have to force myself to still listen to a podcast after I've already done all this exercise, and no, I can literally do these together. I can stack them, which is why to me it's not so overwhelming, because I'm already doing some of these things. So I want to learn something new, whether that come from a book, a podcast, my Bible, like a new devotional, whatever that might be. I want to make sure that every single day I learn something. And then on top of that, what I really want to start to do, and this is going to help every single one of my businesses or what I'm working on, is I want to start time blocking. Time block, let's see here. I want to time block for, I'm going to put YouTube 1, time block for YouTube 2. Oops. I want to time block for Etsy, whether that's creating a new listing or starting an order, whatever that might be. I do want to make sure that I do that as well. And then I also want to, I'm not time blocking for my full-time job. I gotta work that regardless, so that's throughout the day. I'm not worried about that, but I do have my 2 YouTube channels, and then I have my Etsy shop, and let's see here. So I want to time block for those 3 things. That way I make sure that I accomplish certain tasks for every single one to keep me on track, to not feel so overwhelmed at the end of the week. So whether that's responding to comments, editing a portion of my video every single day, creating, like, brainstorming ideas for Etsy, or creating new products, whatever that might be. Sorry, my hair's bugging me. I do want to make sure that I time block for every single one. That way it keeps me on track and it keeps me caught up, and it just makes my life so much easier, because the number one thing that overwhelms me is having so many extra side things that I feel like I'm kind of drowning in it, and I don't want to do that. I want to have a good balance to this. So let's see here. From here, which I want to add, I'm going to end up moving this over somewhere else. I do want to drink 1 gallon of water a day. And again, that's my 3 Stanley cups that I've mentioned in a previous like health goals video. That's not difficult for me at all. I drink a ton of water a day anyway, but lately I've found myself gravitating to different types of drinks, like juices or tea, like Arnold Palmer's, or just like sparkling waters or anything. I want to make sure that I drink 1 gallon of like straight water, like not anything extra, not, you know, anything flavored, just water. I want to make sure that I'm solely focusing on that kind of hydration, not coffee or anything like that. So for sure, I want to drink 1 gallon of water a day. And then I do want to focus on, which this is actually extremely hard for me, because the second I wake up, I pick up my phone, and in order for me to wind down for the night to go to sleep, I'm on my phone. So I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to put my phone down for the first or last hour of the day. I'm not there yet, but I do want to start the first 30 minutes no phone. I'll do that before, and then I'll do that again at the end of the day. So I'm going to move one of these around to the very beginning, right there. Okay, and then I do have to add all these little check marks at the end. That's totally fine. Let's see here. I want to make sure that I keep my space tidy, but I feel like that's going to be all like in my whole wake up routine. That's part of like making my bed and just kind of picking up little things around, you know, not just keeping everything clean. That way I don't spend so much time on Saturday like completely deep cleaning everything. I want to be able to just pick it up, do a small cleanup, and make sure that everything is nice and tidy, that I have a clean space, and kind of keeps a clear mind. My dad always said a clean person is not someone who can clean the best. A clean person is who can keep a space clean and not make it dirty. So I am a very good cleaner, but I'm not very good at keeping the space from getting dirty. So that's where I lack. That's what I'm trying to work on. And basically that's going to be it as far as like my whole habit tracking. Let me see if I can do it in the form. Okay, so it's all going to be here. As you can see, it'll have like first, second, third, fourth. It'll have all the days in the month to check off what we get done. So let's say on the first, I read my 10 pages. Okay, that's out of the way. I did my 1 hour movement and kind of just check things off. I feel like it's really going to help keep everything organized and keep me from being overwhelmed. And it's also going to make me feel really accomplished knowing that I can check these things off. Now, I might slip up one day and I might forget something, or I might not get to do something that I wanted to, or I didn't have the time to time block for every single thing for work because I ended up spending the day with family, whatever that might be. I'm not striving for perfection here. I'm striving for consistency. So my number one goal is to, at the end of the month, know that the majority of this was checked off. The majority of this I was able to accomplish. And at the end of the month, I want to be better than I was when I started it. So let me go ahead and pause this. This is going to lead me into actually also, my friend and my sister and I are actually going to be the very first, like, we're starting this on Monday, so today is the 25th. This is actually going to be leading into the first week of March, so I couldn't think of a better way to start it. We are going to be doing a delusion week. We actually saw this on TikTok and I thought it was the best thing ever. So basically, you are going completely delusional for the week. You are completely selling out to this complete different version of yourself that you are striving to be. So if you want to be the fittest, the most successful, the cleanest, the most well-balanced kind of person of yourself, then that is exactly what you will like be in delusion about and basically act like the entire week. So you're in this like delusional phase and your brain kind of tricks you into like, you know, a lot of people say like they can't do this, but if you're delusional enough to actually at least pretend, then your mind is like, wait, I was able to do this. So we are going to be doing that together. It's going to require a lot of accountability. We're going to send each other videos proving to each other, keeping ourselves accountable that we did in fact wake up early, that we did go to the gym or do a workout, that we did spend time editing a video, whatever it might be. They both have YouTube channels as well, so I will be mentioning them on there, and then I'll mention them in this vlog as well so that you guys can start watching their videos. They're seriously the cutest. And we're all gonna do it together and it's gonna be so much fun. So I could not think of a better way to start the month and start on our goals. I've really been on this like personal development kind of kick and I'm really loving it. I'm listening to so many podcasts every single day. It's keeping me really motivated and it really kind of helps as far as, I have so many goals. The biggest one for me right now being my priority is my weight loss. And I've been a little bit frustrated as far as the fact that like the scale, you guys, literally has not gone down. I know for a fact that I'm eating at least 80 to 85% healthy. I am working out every single day, like 5 days a week. And the scale's not budging. But here's the thing. This hasn't happened to me before because I know some people are like, well, I don't really lose pounds as fast as I lose inches. I've always lost pounds super fast. So for me, I am used to instantly seeing the scale go down. Not this time around. This time around, I've gotten a lot of like people literally have come up to me like, what are you doing? You're losing weight. Like I can see it. Like, what are you eating? Are you working out? Like what's going on? I can tell you're losing weight. And I'm like, I don't want to tell them like the scale has not even budged an ounce, but I'm like, oh, just trying to do a little bit better every day. That's all I got to say. Like, just do a little bit better every day. And so I feel like what's going on now is I'm starting to lose inches faster than I am pounds. And that's the one thing I didn't do to measure my progress was measure inches, because I always said that's something I didn't really focus on because that's not something that I really saw crazy progress from. But here I am getting compliments about weight loss when the scale hasn't moved, but that just goes to show I'm learning to give myself a little bit more grace in different areas. And I feel like if I'm forming these habits and if I'm sticking to them every single day, then it is ultimately leading to my end goal. And I have been sticking to the habit of eating clean, at least for my snacks, my breakfast, my lunch. I am drinking a lot of water and tea. I am getting my movement in every single day, and I've been sticking to those habits. And while I might not see that progress so crazy on the scale, people on the outside are telling me that they notice it. So I'm just going to be sticking to these habits, and little by little, I know that I'll be getting results. And so that's why I really wanted to set up my month in advance as far as like my goals and habits, because I'm going into my year where I'm turning 30. I want to make this like the best year that I've had so far in every single area. I want to know that I went into this year just a little bit wiser, a little bit more accomplished. As far as my lifestyle, I want to be the healthiest version that I've ever been of myself, mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, I want to know that this is the year that I learned balance, and in whatever form of success that I would end up with, like, honestly, having reached however many subscribers, like, that is so much success to me. Like, and I'm not talking about like I need to make 6 figures or anything like that by the end of the year, but to me, success can be like, wow, she was so successful in learning how to balance all of those jobs and businesses while still maintaining the balance with like her spiritual life, with her family, with her boyfriend, with her friends. Like, to me, that could be success, is learning balance. And that's a really big goal for me right now, is learning balance and not being so overwhelmed by all of the events that my family have planned this year, because I'm also trying to accomplish all of these things in my businesses, or because I'm also like trying not to stress out because I'm trying to lose weight but I'm not losing weight. And so I really want to learn. I think I want to make that one of my words this year, is just learning that. And I feel like setting myself up is helping set myself up for success, as far as just in advance forming the little things so that I can reach the big things. So that was it for my little rant, my whole little spiel, and all my planning on here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more content like this, please go ahead and let me know, whether I set myself up for a new week or a new month or even a new quarter. We're about to go into the second quarter of the year, which is crazy to think about. But if you guys are interested in seeing those kinds of videos, just let me know. Leave them down in the comments. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Again, I will be mentioning my sister's YouTube and my friend's YouTube on this video, as well as the next one, because we are going into this whole delusion week together. It's gonna be so much fun. If you guys are interested, and go check out their channels as well, subscribe to them. They are so much fun to watch, I promise you. So as always, I do try to leave everything linked down below, as far as like my budget channel, my Etsy shop, my Amazon storefront, anything like that. But if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye.